ask, do you understand the question? He said, very well, I understand the question. You said, who is the president of Nigeria? And then you say answer. And the next thing you get is that president of Nigeria is Joe Biden. There's a problem here. It's intelligent enough to understand what you're saying, but then it has an issue of also of retrieving what the information that you find. So the input, if the input is well understood, and then the output or the feedback is what is expected, then we can define that this is very intelligent. You know, these are hypotheses. All right? Are we together? Mm-hmm. So I came, some people are upset if you want to go to do objection, my lord. We can object. All right? But I think that the ability for you to have an input and then have an output that is, you know, equivalent that's expected, you can say this is intelligence. Okay. Fantastic. Then the next thing is that it has a contextualize the conversation by rendering previous input, which means that, okay, in my experience of reading the books, a bit of books, which I'm going to also then just how do I say a prototype of what I did. When I was developing the book, I decided someone were testing it. So people were asking questions, we get some conversations reply, we get some isolation, you know, some reply now. But one of the major issues we're getting is that when you ask a question and then you also ask another question, it doesn't follow. Okay, so the bot is giving you the answer, you understand what you are saying. Are we still here? Yes, sir. And then, so I said that the ability for the chatbot to be able to understand the follow-up question, okay, to understand previous input that you made and then continue. So we can find out about intelligence. So we've done things like input. Intelligence can fall on these parameters. So maybe if you are reading the chatbot, you can define intelligence into these parameters. That one, it understands what input, and then it gives the expected feedback that's asked for it. And then it continues with what? It understands or it has a memory. Are we together? It has a memory. The whole conversation. You can remember the previous input, and then the last thing is that it learns. Okay? So it improves as you use the chatbot. Continues to. I think a speaker asked us to go and ask ChatGPT, tell me about somebody. Did you try it? Yes. Did you see the roasting? Bro, everybody, have you ever typed that? Yeah. Type it and see what you think. That's a roasting based on my point. Try. I don't know. I'm not expecting that I should type. Please, what's your name? I'm typing case like your full name and Charlie starts speaking. I'm not because I don't know where your data is, but I know you can ask it based on my prompts. So some of you roast me. It's going to tell you a lot that you develop this with your blah 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 this and that. You think you are a superstitious programmer. you hear a lot, and then you begin to think. Okay, so. The next thing we look at is that intelligence in the chatbots can be, like I said, textual, its purpose. Now, he said something, and I picked it. It answered the question I want. He said that he used the chatbot on what? On a service platform. And then he asked the chatbot question that does not imply with what you built it for. It should tell you that what? I don't know. Are we together? It should tell you I don't know, because that was not what it was designed for. Imagine a channel that was developing to a website that talks about health. You're asking it about politics, and then it's answering you. All right? It's giving you answer. That's not the expectations. So if I can limit the scope of a chatbot to keep it to what it was developed for, irrespective of the open AI platform, whatever that I'm using, then I can say it's intelligent. All right? So a vast knowledge can also be defined, can also not characterize or can also not describe that a chatbot is intelligent. If the fact that the chatbot has a vast knowledge, if it is not within the scope of what we design it for, we cannot say it's intelligent. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So the knowledge base of the chatbot also applies to whether it's intelligent or not. Are we together? Those are the back. Let me get response. I'm not getting response from you. Are you guys seeing this? Yeah. Are you guys there? Yes. Ask questions. So. I ask questions, please. I do. So I'm going to ask questions. Ask questions. This is a good start. So, here to learn. So, where are we now? So, let's look at where is where we get a little bit practical. Let's look at from concept to code. That's my voice. So we're going to define some chatbot architecture. Okay, but this is defined based on like what you see. I said step by step chatbot development with SQL. So the chatbot we're going to look at right now is a chatbot that handles that flows with SQL. LangChain is the community, the platform. We've heard about LangChain. We've heard about LangChain, I know. Yes. Even the guy who presented Chatbot talked about LangChain. Okay, and then Google AI. So we're going to use this theory of platforms to make waiting for thank you. I'm going to take this one off first. So let's continue. So the first thing we're going to look is connected to the database. So the chatbot that we are looking at, the chatbot that takes input from the user, goes into the database. With that input, that text that the user has, imputed. Convert those tests with LangChain using LLM. It understands, creates an SQL query. Okay, to retrieve that data from the database and then bring it out to the user. Do you understand the chatbot? What it does? So we can connect it to any database. So if I want to connect it to, let's say I have a school database. And then I want this chatbot to, instead of us trying to know, cracking our head every time, we can go to that chatbot and say, how many students are in JSS school? How many students are in secondary school? If we have that database, it goes to that, it takes that input, goes to our database, gets the actual number, and then give us the result at this. So we can integrate this chatbot into anywhere. Please say, are you getting me? So you can integrate it, understand the flow, understand the concepts, you know how to build it. So the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to use LangChain to connect to a database. And we're going to demo this into this session. I'm going to show you guys. So we're going to connect to a database with SQL using LangChain. From LangChain called SQL database. Then also we define the function. We're going to define the function. This connectivity will go to the function. Connect to a Postgres database, and then allow the chatbot to access and interact with our data. So let me get the next. So this is the function I'm going to use. So this function is just to connect to our database. All right. So from LangChain community utilities, we're going to import this database. That's the library we're going to be using, and then you're going to set it, and then pass our. Pass the URL to your database, and then we'll get it, we'll return the database. So I divided my code into two ways. The first one is that I created a notebook. We'll just sit step by step, and then the next thing I did is that I deployed it on the string so that what we see is going interface. We together? All right. So let's go to the next one. So the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to create an SQL template. What are templates? So creating predefined SQL templates for the chatbot. These templates links specific users' inputs to the query to SQL queries, allowing the bots to quickly retrieve information based on common questions. So what this thing means is that we are also going to be listing down some of it's like the prompt template, but this one is an SQL template. It will serve as an example whenever anybody asks a question on this, because you're going to be using OpenAI embedded and Fias to do our searching. So that in case anybody search for anything like this, bring out, take this template that we've created as sample. Okay, if any of those questions is close to this, then bring it out. All right, so let's see the source code for this. So we're going to have something like template question, and then you see what I did. How many people work here? So this is the query. Select count all. Count all as total workers from employees. For example, if we have employees table in a data set, so if everybody is asking how many persons work in the organization, we want you to select all. So this is the template we are giving it. And then there's another, how many regions are there? Okay, maybe how many states are in either customer based or whatever, customer record. So this is a template that we want you to follow. Are we together? We're going to ask questions. Let's go. The next one, semantic search for query matching. Now, in this case, we're going to be using FIAS. How many ones have been with FIAS? How many ones have been of OpenAI events? So what do you think? What's your take on that? What does it do? Thank you. Yeah, there are ones so that you get the best matching. So it's the same thing. Class is for Facebook. Facebook artificial intelligence semantic section. So this is for Facebook. So we're going to use this to ensure that so the phrases so that Chatbot can find closest match and execute the appropriate queries. So what we're going to use here for also is to do what we call vectorization. You know vectorization now? Yes. When you vectorize, so we're going to vectorize our search or our test or our database so that it can easily retrieve closest. I know this now, saying there's somebody here now. I just say, which kind of life is this? That means my career. Just choose something better. I know. Somebody here. Even in this bootcamp, if you came to this bootcamp, you'll be like, wow, when are we going to get here? I know. Because we have been there. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, yes, when you think you know, somebody will not introduce something that you don't know. And then you talk, you'll be like, is it the same machine learning that we are also? It's not the same machine learning that we are all looking at. Bro, where did you get your own from? So like I said, be bold. That's the only way out. Just be bold. Be bold with what you know. Okay. So this is the template for that. We're going to be saying from next one. Okay. So from line chain, we're going to import vector stores and then get appears, and then from OpenAI gets OpenAI embedded, and then we're going to take our templates, what those templates that we've created, the SQL templates. So we're going to take it and then pass it alongside using semantic narrative example selector from line chain. We are going to pass in our template questions. We're going to pass in the OpenAI embeddings, the FIAS, and then we're going to give K. Now this K equals to 5 simply means that the attribute you're going to get set for the top 5. So set for the top 5. That's what we are saying. Set for the top 5, similarities for the top 5, and then the input is the input that the user is going to pass in. Okay? So this will handle our semantic searching for us. This function handles that. Great. Let's go to the next one. So step by step, we are doing.
Sorry.
Any question?
Sorry.
Okay. You said.
I don't think it's an array. Say that user can input from that.
You said?
I don't think that the input key is an array. Yeah.
The input key, this is an array.
Yeah. I mean
this one.
Yes.
So what it means is that it works like a dictionary, like a nested dictionary. So if the user, this is like a key, this is a key, because it's a dictionary, it's a key. So for if you take us back to, please take us back to the semantic search. No. Pardon. Let's go again. No, let's go again. Thank you. So you can see. So what we are taking is that we are taking this. So that's why we are indexing the input keywords. So because the dictionary, you understand?
Yes.
Good, let's go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. The FIAS files and open AIs and
Yeah.
everything. We're using the two together. I thought like they do the same thing.
Yeah, we are using it together just to be sure that we are where we are. You understand that we get the best out of it. You can decide to use one if you want to. We are using the two together. For me, I'm cool using the two together. I don't want any issue. So if this one works, just bring them here, big. You know, Nigeria, we try to look for what is working. They show that the thing is working. So let's go. So I am explaining this part. So the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to create few short prompts. I'm going to prompt engineering now. Yes. They taught us prompt engineering. Act like. Look, I said, I've been following this. Bootcamp.
Yes.
I've been following. So I know some things that were said, and I used that prompt like what he said. Act like. I used it. I think I used it yesterday night also. Act like, and I got a very, very good response. I didn't know about act like before. Anyway, prompt engineering is the way just to know how to do it. So we are going to build our own prompts because prompt engineering here is just for us to tell the chatbot how to respond. So this is like the backend to it. It determines the behavior of your chatbot. So this is how I want it to behave. So how we build the fusion prompt. This is how we're going to build the fusion prompt. We're going to put our prompts here. I'll show you the code where I wrote all the prompts. But this one we're going to say you are an SQL expert because that's the focus. The focus is that you're going to be generating SQL queries for us. So act like an SQL expert. And then what you're going to do is that when we are done giving it the fusion prompts, so we're going to take the inputs. This is the dialect of our database that we're using. This is the table flows of our database. All right. And this is our top search file. Remember? Yeah. Okay. And then we're going to give it also a system preface, which is what these are our words, which is our word templates. So our preface is our template. So I have a lot here. I will show you the lot because your chatbot must have, this is where you tell your chatbot, don't go and delete data. Because somebody can say, how many records do you have here? Delete all of them. And then bro says, good, select, delete from where this is what? Record is done. So this is where you put pen testing. This is where you video pen testing. Yeah. I have to tell you, don't do anything that has to do with here, man. Don't delete, don't update, don't do anything. Just show you the user the code. So this is the, let me call this the backend, the engine of your chatbot. Or this chatbot that we are building. Are we good? Great, let's go ahead. Have a limited time. And then we're going to use building a live. Okay, let's just see what we're going to have here. So what we have here is that then we're going to create an agent. So from Landbot, we're going to get our agent. So what the agent is going to do for us is that this is where we now use our model. This is where LLM comes into play because this agent is what is taking input, understanding the input, and then causing the generation of that SQL query. But currently, you see I'm using ChatGPT what? 3.5 turbo. But I think in my code, I've updated it to 4.0 mini. Okay, so this is where you select because we are using OpenAI. So from LangChain, we build an agent, pass the LLM to it, pass our database, pass our prompts, which takes what? Our few short prompts. All right? And then the agent type we are using is OpenAI tools. Then we do verbals, is true. Then we can pass temperature here. Remember when somebody said, ask the question, if I tell ChatGPT to do something and it does it, and another person say do the same thing and it does it, how are we sure that we will not give the person the same? And the speaker was talking about temperature.
Yes.
So temperature determines how it responds, how it gives various responses to different users. So you can also pass temperature here. Wait, this can I need pass it? No.
Like how many degrees?
No, I think they have 0, 2, 3. It doesn't. Don't make it 100. So it's just to randomize the response of your chatbot. That's why you passing temperature here. Okay. So you're going to do this, and then so we're going to implement also contextual conversation for it to understand previous conversations, what was said before, and this is very important. I was telling you about the chatbot that when I was building it, and then it was the testing phase. And then I have over about, in our team, I think we had about 10 persons or thereabouts. They were testing it every day. Oh my God. All their complaints were consistent. It does not remember previous question. It does not remember, you people rest. You reported it yesterday. This thing is still, the next day they'll say, go and test it. They'll still remember. It does not remember. Do you want to kill me? Leave it. It will remember when it wants to remember. It's not today. Today is not remembering. So we have to pass in that it remembers what previous what conversation. Then the next one. Okay, so this is how we're going to do that. We're going to initialize the memory to it, and then we're going to use the conversational buffer. I think Launching is also updating these packages, right? Launching is updating this library. So Launching is updating. So we're going to use the conversational memory buffer. Then we're passing inputs, passing the attributes. Now this attributes here is the previous response or the previous, reply that the chatbot gave. The chatbot gave. We're going to pass it also to this, and then a memory key. We're going to pass chat history. Now there's a function I'm going to. There are other functions to this, so that's where this chat history comes in play. So let's go. You're almost there. Then the last thing we're going to do, not last thing, but the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to build an interface with using Streamlit. All right, so that let's see this time. Let's see our chatbot. Let's see it. Okay, it's working. It can, the issue with coding is that it's working on my system.
Yes.
My brother, I cannot see what is working. Well, it's running here. Do you understand? Back end, I'll just run this is working. Oh yeah, nah. Let's you bring to Oga say, show me. When you're not Robin, you say, I don't want to be seeing this code at all. This code. There's some people when they see code, they get tired. I don't want to see your code. Just show me. So we use Streamlit to show. Streamlit has been saving lives since 1966. To show. Okay. And then let's see. All right. So we put Streamlit, where we go Sobeda. Okay. And then no, you've gone ahead of us. Okay, so the user prompts, when the user takes in the prompts, and then, we call in our agent here that takes the user's prompts. Then we display what the user said, and then we also display the response. So it just goes like that. Okay, so the next part. The final step is explain how the chatbot summarize history to improve interaction. Okay, we talked about this, but just keep it the slide. So what this is doing is that when you ask an user, like we're talking about having the ability to remember previous words, conversation, but also the chatbot should be able to summarize, when trying to understand what has been said, so that we don't create a lot of tokens. We've heard about tokenization before now, right? Yeah. So that we don't create a lot of tokens. Okay, and the model you use determine the number of tokens you can use. Fantastic. That's another step. So any other step? Wow. Can we close? So these are 8 steps that have showed us on how we can build an intelligent conversation. Are we good?
Yeah.
Very, very good, right?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
No.
Definitely. You called the way I wanted to close. What's your question, please? Is it hard?
There was a time I had that.
Okay.
Task was build adaptive learning algorithm.
Okay.
We should have 3 endpoints. First endpoint should be that a student from the school can upload a document. You have the first endpoint. Then there will be another endpoint whereby somebody, like, it's meant to be connected to a database, and then a model, maybe a transformer or something, actually help students generate question. So the model generates question based on whatever the teacher has taught the students. And that same model then tells the students if the question the student picks is right or wrong. And then also generates it in bullet points and gives kind of a confidence score. Do you understand?
Okay.
Eventually. So my question is, if you are, I don't know if I did that in there. Because the truth is, the company has not gotten back. No, that's the truth.
When you built something,
Yes,
did you test it?
I tested it.
Is it working?
It did, but they told me to just test it locally. That's from the end.
But it worked locally on
Yes,
your end.
locally.
It's recommended.
I actually checked it. I see CMD.
Okay.
transparent and gave me. Yeah.
Fantastic.
What I just want to do is, but I feel I did not do it perfectly.
Why?
I know I did it perfectly. Yes, because I know I don't perfectly.
Why now? No, you don't judge. You are judging yourself. You see, you are judging yourself. And you are the best judge now. So why did you think you did not do it perfectly? It's not because if you can say I did not do it perfectly because the company did not reach out to me. And I'll tell you that the person who was to reach out to you forgot.
Possible is the idea.
And move ahead. And left you with what? Your thoughts. So you never judge your success or your work by that response. You get the idea. So that's what I'm asking you as a person. Why? So your question, ask your question. Let's see
If you're to attempt that in the name of industry now, do you understand? I'm not talking about kind of doing the talking of industry kind of projects from the development. How would you approach it practically? I've had this question in one of the sessions, but Tim was watching. I really want to know from him to say, like, how would just enable.
God, I'm going to rush. I'm going to rush. Me, I'm going to rush. Kai, you ask it again on another break. Me, I'm going to rush. So, great. Every project comes with their own capacity and comes with their own mindset or how you want to approach it. Right? So for me, I might not have the perfect answer today until they don't pay me. Sorry. Until I've been paid. Right? And I have deadline. Then my laptop and I start finding parts. All right. But I think if I understand what you said, is that we download a document and then we'll put it in the the goal is a recommendation system. It gives you, it goes through the document and then it tells you what.
Gives you a question based on
that. Okay, meaning the document you are sending.
Yeah.
What the student has learned from the teacher?
Yes.
Also meaning like a lesson note now.
Yes.
So as a student, I'll upload a lesson note. Then it's the model reads the lesson notes and then generates questions. And from that question, the student then needs to give an answer. And then it scores, it grades the answer based on he knows the right answer.
Then it also generates test question.
For that test, after that, yes. Great, that's good. That's a good project. I'm going to do that. Sorry. Yeah, it's good. It's a good project. You know, we can use LLMs to do that. Yeah. Just to understand the document. Really? Huh?
So
Somebody says something. Come.
you talked
They say something.
No, he's asking, are we done with them? He said, no, that's not.
you mentioned somebody SQL database. So and now SQL seems like a structure that takes.
Yes, yeah.
So now this is the document now. Like,
Let me tell you something. When I was building this, I had more challenge in building a chatbot with an SQL database than a chatbot reading documents. Because most of them, what you see is documents. If you go to LangChain now, and the most chatbot that you want to see, when you go to LangChain library, you see document reader. Most of chatbots that you have there, most of their activity is on document. And that is where, I think that's where chatbots even they do a lot openly because it's text generation. What you're looking at is text generation. You understand? Understand the text, then generate text for you, and then give you assessment score. So it's very simple. So I'll just recommend you, I'll not rush, but I'll just recommend you. If it was me, you know where I'll go to LangChain. And then me and LangChain will fight our trouble there. Then we'll look it out. Please, your question.
So, which are the domain SQL and using LangChain?
It depends on your project, boss. No, SQL, not like SQL. SQL is part of the LangChain. LangChain is the community that we're using to build our chatbot. What he's saying is that we are reading from an SQL database.
In a case I want to use SQL, so I can bring my document like ordinary PDF and import it there.
So, no, get the idea.
As data set.
Get the idea. You can build a chatbot that you provide a document to it. I think one of the friends, you provide a document to it. Then you can ask a question based on that document and then give you an answer. For example, we can report this whole bootcamp and build a chatbot on it. And somebody can say, who was the speaker on the first day? He understands that because the document might have the speaker on the first day. You understand? So in that case, we are not interacting with a structured database. We are interacting with a document. You understand? And LangChain has that capacity for you to do that. Also, what we are building now we're interacting with what? A database. Do you get it? So that's why this one we are doing, it takes user input and then creates SQL queries to get results from that database. So what he was trying to say, or what he was asking, is how do I do it? If it was me, and I told him simple. What I would do is that we are launching. Do you understand?
Yeah.
We are launching. Don't we are launching. And let me tell you something. Let me say something. If you must be ready to go far in this field, you must be willing to always read at all times. You don't know everything. You must be willing. You must be willing. Don't spend all your day putting in your head that I'm a data scientist. That's what you do. Always learn something new. Always learn something new. Go somewhere, read something. If it's boring, let it be boring. Let me tell you something. Pieces by pieces, you get what? You get the puzzle solved. So you must always learn. 30 minutes. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. With this viewpoint of mine. I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you. I can be the chatbot. If you doubt it, it's on you. But for me, I know what I can do. But let me show you the code aspect. Here's where I share my screen now. So in this demo, we need an open AI. And you know it's not free again, Abby. It's not free again, Abby, right? How many of us has you have an open AI? Do you have? You have. Anybody else? Anybody? I can't see my screen now. I'm sharing already on the meeting. Anybody has an open AI? You need this. You need 20 minutes. Not bad, no. If not me, I will not stop by 120. Not sure my screen. I live here by so flow with that. I'm still waiting. But anybody has any question? Any other question? This was the question. And must you ask question, please?
After the data.
No, you can sit.
After the data and evidence, no, as one task today, and then it loses the answer. Then comes back to saying we need to have the process to chat from the
previous. The way ChatGPT does that.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. You can do that. So this is the database. Let me show you the database we're going to be using. So I think I have the database here. Sorry, this is black, but it's showing black and all of that. So this, let me refresh. Okay, great. So this is the database we're using. So we have 5 tables in this database. Can we see that? Or can we see them? So these are all the tables that we have on the database. I don't know if I have to turn this one back to white. So these are all the data tables that we have. So I think I've drawn some select. So this was when I was building the few short prompts. I did this. Great. So the next place we are going to go is our code. So this is where we are connecting to the database. Now, remember I said I'm going to show us first of all as what? On a notebook, and then I'll show you the Jupyter side, right? Okay, great. So let's see if this is the let me pass in my passing this my temporary open AI key that I created. Okay, so I'm going to run this, and then I'm going to pass in the open AI key. Good. And then let's say I connect to my database. So let's print the dialect. So we are working with a Postgres what? So this is just to print out all the tables that we have, right? It's not the tables that I showed you that we have. Then so let's just run. This we are not using, we are just working with. This is how you connect Python to a database anyway. So we are not just doing anything. So let's say we want to select all from account. So this is how it's printing it in a list. You know, not printing. This is not a good way. You know, it's not presenting it very well. But let's leave it. So this tells us that our database has been connected, right? Okay, great. So we're going to say from langchain.agent underscore tokens, we're going to call the create agent. You know, I told you about creating agents. Okay, so these are all of the parameters we can pass on that. And then we are using our open AI, chat open AI. So in this case, this is my LLM for a start. And then I'm using GPT-4 O mini. And then my temperature is what? 0. And then the agent is going to take the LLM, the database, the agent type of tools, the verbose is true. So we're going to run this part. So let's see. Great. So our agent is up and running. So if I ask agent executor.invoke, what I want to invoke is that list all the sales. You know, this is different from what we have here is different from this place, you know, because we are in that first one, we are running a query. But this time we are not running a query. We want to see, we are passing a test. So you see that is actually now generating the query by itself. So it's checking for the tables that we have, and then it looks for the schemas, and then it finds that, oh, what we're going to get this is at what? The orders what? Table. So this is where it selects all, looking at all the columns that we have on the orders tables. So at this time, it is trying to what? Find the result, and then look at what we get. It said the list. So these are inputs. Remember when the guy asked a question and I said it's a dictionary. So this is the keyword input. This is what we asked, and then this is the attribute. And here is what it says. It's that here is the total sales per region. We have Northeast. It gives us the amount. Then we have Southeast. It gives us the amount and all of that. Okay, are we good? So you can also ask another question. 5 minutes more. So this time we're asking how many people worked in our company. We just want to know how many persons work in our company. How am I not getting an attribute? Okay, great. So then this time is working with the accounts table to know how many persons work. And then let's see, it tells us that we have 50 people working in the company. So where's the SQL queries that I generated? So this is the output we're getting. But now this is why I implemented prompt engineering to tell it, okay, look at some template questions that people can ask. How many people work here? This is how I want you to do it. Then also, how many regions do we have a record? So all of these queries, if you take it to the database, where's our database again? So if you take it to our database and then run it, so we're going to get the result out, right? So the queries must be correct. Do you understand it? Let's go back. Let's be fast. Where are we? Yeah. So these are the templates, and then we've already seen this function before for searching, right? So I'm going to run, let me run this one. Then run this. Yeah. Okay, great. So the next thing is that we are going to import from Langchain all our prompts. So you're going to get the chat prompt, few short prompt, message order, prompt templates, and then system message prompt template. These are just things that you can get up on Langchain when you go there. All right. So this is where I said, you are a company record agent designed to interact with SQL. So this is where we are now configuring our chatbot to tell it that this is what you are. Now, giving an input, we want you to create, correct, syntax to run and look for results. Then we provided the dialect that's going to be using, which is what? See, I'm asking questions, everybody are not quiet. Which dialect of database are you using? God Almighty. God Almighty. Please, which dialect is the... If you like say Yoruba, it's you that know. Which dialect is this stuff? That's how I ask questions. About which dialect is this database? Hey, I will now have SQL. Ah. Come on now, which dialect? We'll just close the session here. What is this? To show if you are not following.
We said post this.
Without confidence. And you think you get the job. You are whispering the answer and you get the job. All right, so we pass in the dialect and then we say, unless the user specifies a specific number of examples, we want you to restrict the result to what? Top. I've already explained this, Abi. Then we say you have access to use all of the tools. Here's the relevant table. So passing the tables that we have. And then we say, do not make any words. Meaning don't do insert, update, delete, don't drop anything. Leave it like that. Then do not reveal what? Sensitive info about the table. Don't reveal. Okay? Then only use the given tool. Then we also said that this is just a syntax correction to say, okay, this is instead of using not in where you should use non-values, all of that. Okay? A few minutes to go. And so these are just all the syntax that I did. And then past it, like we have seen before. So here we build our chat prompt template. We build our template. So this time I'm going to create a new agent. Now this agent now has a prompt template and all of that. So here is another one. Print hello. You're welcome to our chatbot. All right, or whatever. Send a message. Then we invoke the agent.invoke whatever question that we have gotten. So let's run it. It's asking us to type in a question. So I'm going to just say, tell me what information I can get from you. Let's assume that's our question. So this time we have asked it to tell us what information it can get for us. Look at what it says. I can help you with various queries related to the database, such as what? Listing what? So in this case, even if you don't know what question you want to ask, with our LLM, you can ask, tell me what can I get from you? And then it will also help you to say, okay, these are what you can ask for. Are we cool? Almost done. So these are other stuff, other questions that we are asking, and then it's going to generate all of that and so forth and so forth. So we can decide to say we want to just see only the attributes. If you ask a question, rather than getting, you could see that I did not bring advice. What do I want to show you is that when we're running some code, we're bringing the SQL, the tables and all of that. I was able to filter it to say, I'm just interested in the input and the attribute. But also, I just want to see only the attributes. I don't want to see, everything. I'm interested in the attributes and all of that. So this is the end of the notebook. Okay, great. Then we'll go to where we implemented it. Same stuff, but implemented on Streamlit because we want to see an interface. All right, so passing the same. They're all the same. Everything that we are doing are all the same. All right, nothing is different. But where the difference comes is that this time we are using Streamlit. So we import Streamlit, and then we give our subheader. Then we pass in the client that we are using. We're going to pass in our OpenAI key. I've already done that on Streamlit.secrets. So it will search the OpenAI key on this part. Then this is why we built the interface of the chatbot. We build the interface here, passing the memories and all. Okay. Are we together? Fantastic. Okay. Then we can run this. So to run it, let's run it now. Let's see. So I'm going to clear. Then let me ask which Python first we are using. Let me know. Limit run chatbot chatbot.py. Let's run it. Okay, fantastic. So let me make it white. Let's make it light so that we can. What's that? Not wrong. It's running. It's running now. I like run. It's streamed it too. So you can see, I don't know, because it is white. That's why I would have put, you can put a border anyway. So let's type something like hello and send. So you give it time. Now it takes time because it's running locally, all right? If it's being deployed, I can deploy this on Streamlit. All right, and then so you see, hello, how can I ask you today? Feel free to ask you. So we can type what question can I ask you? So we can type what question can I ask you, and then let's wait for feedback. Now, another thing you can see that all of our conversations are also what? Appending. You can see it that hello, you can ask me questions. So let's type how many regions are we making sales in? So let's ask that question. Now, the reason why it seems as if it's just going black is because of what? It's loading locally. If it's loading on your, maybe on the server, it runs very, very fast. I've seen it working on server. So we have what? How many? We are making sales in what? So let me then ask. What do you say? What's, let's say list them. All right? Because if you say list them, it seems, let's see if it actually understands the previous word. Yeah. If it does not, I will just, let me just be going. Let me stand up. My God, don't shame me. All right. So in this new part of mine, I hope I've been able to show you how to. So I don't know when they definitely show you my LinkedIn profile. Please just follow me on LinkedIn. I'm going to share this on my GitHub and then